Oklahoma City, day 4 of the 2006 Women's College World Series.
They have come from every city, and they have come right from the farm. But it's my turn in this circle, and I got lightning in my arm. Oh, there's a time for every dream, and there's a dream for every child. And if we find ourselves together, we can stand beneath this Oklahoma sky and say, hey, this is our time.
UCLA grabbed a big win last night against Texas and ended the career of one of college softball's greatest pitchers. Northwestern's looking to shock the nation and send the top-seeded Bruins home.
We can stand beneath this Oklahoma sky and say, hey, this is our time.
UCLA versus Northwestern next. The fans filing into the Women's College World Series. UCLA knows the drill with 10 national championships, more than any program in the sport's history. Northwestern 1 win away from going where they've never been before, and that's a berth in the National Championship Series. Hall of Fame Stadium in Oklahoma City, the 4-seed Northwestern Wildcats and the top seed UCLA Bruins. Earlier today, in a must-win situation for Tennessee, the Lady Vols got a 1-0 win over Arizona. They will be back, same two teams, in an elimination game tonight at 7 Eastern. Northwestern, if they win this game, they advance. If UCLA wins, they will both be back later tonight to play an elimination game. Game 1, best of 3 of the championship series, will start tomorrow night in Oklahoma City. And welcome to the World Series. Beth Mullins along with Lisa Fernandez. And Lisa, UCLA, those 10 NCAA titles, and they really got things going yesterday, picked up 2 big wins in losers bracket play.
Well, really it was the lead of the seniors. Offensively, they're going to have to get it done if the Bruins are going to win. Andrea Durand in the first game played yesterday came up big with a home run to left center, followed by Emily Zaplatosh, the big blast off of Kat Osterman. That's what it's going to take if these Bruins are going to get to that championship game.
For UCLA, coming off the big win last night over Kat Osterman in Texas, they will face another hot pitcher, Eileen Canny of Northwestern, threw a 1-hitter on Friday night at Tennessee, the best hitting team in the nation.
Eileen Canny, she came to play. This is the big show. Northwestern, the advantage they have is they do have a true 1-2 punch with Courtney Foster waiting in the wings if something happens with Canny. If Canny throws the same way she did against Tennessee, could be a tough matchup here with UCLA and their offense.
For Northwestern, though, a whole different deal when you're looking across the way at the tradition of UCLA, the Bruins and the Wildcats, old school and new school at the Women's College World Series. Back to the NCAA Women's College World Series, getting set for Northwestern and UCLA. Today's game is available on ESPN HD. Northwestern needing just 1 win. UCLA will have to beat the Wildcats twice today. UCLA, the home team. So let's take a closer look at the batting order for Northwestern.
Hi, my name is Katie Logan. I'm from Tempe, Arizona, and I've been to 7 different countries.
My name is Tammy Williams. I'm from Osceola, Missouri, and I have more cows than people in my town.
Hi, my name is Garland Cooper, and I'm from Mission Viejo, California, and I have really big hands.
Hi, my name is Jamie Dotson. I'm from Santa Ana, California, and I spent a summer in China studying traditional Chinese medicine.
My name is Kristen Dedmon. I'm from Sacramento, California, and I love horseback riding and cooking.
Hi, I'm Sheila McCorkle. I'm from Orange County, California, and last summer I studied Buddhism in Thailand.
Hi, my name is Erin Dyer. I'm from Homer Glen, Illinois, and I love to dance.
Hi, I'm Ashley Crane from Sammamish, Washington, and someday I'd like to work for National Geographic.
Hi, my name is Darcy Singwald. I'm from Frankfort, Illinois, and I play every sport left-handed except for softball.
The head coach for the Wildcats, Kate Drohan, in her 5th season. This talented group of seniors the first class that she brought in. They've gotten better every year. They are the regular season champions out of the Big Ten Conference and looking to get the Big Ten a second national championship in a row, following on the heels of Michigan's first ever title a year ago. They have been painted as the Cinderella story of this year's World Series. And Jelly looking to turn the clock midnight here and end the dream season for Northwestern, coming off one of her best performances of the season last night against Texas.
Angelica Selden really put it all together last night when she went up against the University of Texas, and she's going to have to follow suit and do the same if they're going to get by Northwestern. You're going to see flip drops, you're going to see curve balls, drops, rise balls, working on a changeup. She's the total package. She's just got to maintain her consistency if she's going to get through.
She's 5-1 so far in the NCAA tournament. She threw twice yesterday. She is prepared to throw twice today. And that is the story for the UCLA fans. You mess with Jelly, you get the jam. She had to work out of a few of those in the first 2 games and then settled down nicely yesterday afternoon about midway through that Alabama affair. And she only allowed 2 hits to Texas, and there was not a base runner past first base all night for the Longhorns. And Katie Logan will lead things off, the junior out of Tempe, Arizona.
And right off the bat, Angelica Selden wants to establish a strike zone. She wants to give home plate umpire Sally Walker a good look at all her pitches so that the umpire and her can work together.
For 2 seasons, Katie Logan was hitting out of the 9 spot in the order for the Wildcats. And in the offseason, she marched into Coach Kate Drohan's office and said, I'm moving up in the world, Coach. I want to go all the way to the top of the order. And she put in the work in the offseason to become the leadoff hitter after freshman All-American Stephanie Churchwell, who had the job last year, decided not to return to the team.
And really, that's a credit to Katie Logan that she was willing to take it one step further. Not a lot of athletes are willing to take the chance and go outside the box and try to improve themselves to take their game to the other level.
1-2 pitch from Selden. That one's popped up. Lisa Dodd at first base calling for it. 1 down. Something that you pointed out in particular last night against Texas, Lisa, was the fact that Selden looked a lot better because she was getting ahead in counts much better than she was in their opening loss to Tennessee.
Well, that's important as a pitcher. You've got to work ahead so that way you can mix in everything that you need to throw. Most pitchers have a certain pitch that they like to throw for strikes. Everything else just kind of sets it up. You have to work ahead if you're going to be able to do that.
The precocious freshman from Roscoe, Missouri, Tammy Williams, who told us moments ago more cows than people in her hometown. She used to drive 2.5 hours up to Jefferson City to find some competition to hone her skills on the softball diamond.
It's really just impressive to watch Tammy Williams play because she is a version of a gym rat, but on the ball field, just loves the game and is just so athletic, has the natural instinct.
You really sense that the Wildcats feed off of her enthusiasm. The Big Ten Freshman of the Year, led the conference in home runs and runs scored, so she's got that combination of speed and power.
And that's deadly when you have a kid that's really a triple threat, can slap, can put the ball down, has the speed, but can still stand there and hit. Very difficult to defend.
Selden gets ahead in the count. You start to tend to look at Jelly Selden as a veteran, and you forget that she's only a sophomore because she has thrown every pitch in every inning here at the Women's College World Series for the last 2 years for UCLA. Dodd, nice backhanded get, 2 down. It's something that Sue Enquist talks about, putting players in the cooker at UCLA, and Jelly spent her entire career in the cooker.
And that's the kind of players that UCLA recruits. Coach Sue Enquist wants those players that right off the bat from their freshman year want to get to the championship game and really expect to get to the championship game.
2 outs now, and Garland, Cooper a batter that the Bruins will be very careful with. These teams did meet during the regular season back on March 26th. There was a 3-2 Northwestern win out in LA, and Garland Cooper hit a home run off of Jelly Selden on that day.
Garland Cooper, a natural hitter, but puts in the time. She's that athlete that comes in an hour early, working on her game, continuing to improve herself, and it's paying off.
She has a home run already in the series, a 3-run job against Alabama on Thursday. Two-1 from Selden.
And this is the one player that UCLA does not want to beat them. They are going to be very careful in pitching to Garland Cooper, so don't be surprised if they throw around her, even if there's no one on. This is the player that they want to make sure does not do the damage.
Cooper swings at the 3-1 offering. Full count now with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. 4 teams remain at the Women's College World Series. Cooper to Kaitlin Baney at second. 3 up and 3 down. No score for Northwestern in the top. UCLA coming up. UCLA and Northwestern at the Women's College World Series. Bruins coming up in the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at their batting order.
Hi, I'm Andrew Duran, and I'm from Selma, California.
Hi, I'm Krista Colburn. I'm from Mukilteo, Washington.
My name's Kaitlin Baney, and I'm from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Hi, I'm Emily Zappletosh from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Hi, my name is Jodi Legaspi, and I'm from Garden Grove, California.
Hi, I'm Lisa Dodd, and I'm from San Diego, California.
Hi, I'm Whitney Holum, and I'm from Rancho San Diego, California.
Hi, I'm Ashley Herrera from Canyon Country, California.
Hi, I'm Tara Henry, and I'm from Orange, California.
And the Bruin dugout looking on. They've got to win twice today to advance to the championship series, best of 3, which will start tomorrow. And they'll have to beat Eileen Canny at least once, the junior from Paradise, California.
Eileen Canny throws hard. You're going to see her in the upper 60s, 68, 67. Brought in a rise ball this year, has improved her strikeout ratio tremendously.
And Duran out to center field. Sheila McCorkle, plenty of room, 1 down. Canny's second appearance here at the Women's College World Series. She threw 5 1/3 against Alabama, and then Courtney Foster came on in relief. And then she went the distance against Tennessee. Worked out of a major jam in the 6th inning. And really showed her will and forced that on the Lady Vols. She struck out 10 in that big win, and now faces Krista Colburn in the 2 spot.
And that's something Eileen Canny is going to work on quite a bit. She has a screwball that's going to run into these right-handed hitters. With her velocity, she's going to want to try and jam these UCLA batters.
Colburn, a shot to Ashley Crane, who covers it at second, 2 down. The Bruins, winners of the Pac-10 regular season, ranked #1 for much of the year, and the top seed coming in. They lost their first matchup on Friday night to Tennessee, bounced back yesterday afternoon, beating Alabama, and then just an absolute electric atmosphere, the biggest non-championship crowd ever in Women's College World Series history looked on as the Bruins eliminated Kat Osterman and the University of Texas 2-0 on a couple of home runs.
That'll be a very key pitch for Eileen Canny, is that changeup coming in at 58 miles an hour.
Kaitlin Baney is a member of this senior class that won national championships in their freshman and sophomore seasons, lost in the final to Michigan last year. And the significant moment in their careers was their freshman year when they had to come out of the losers bracket to win the title, which is what they are up against this year. It's just the second time that a team has done that in the 25-year history of the Women's College World Series. And Kaitlin Baney had one of the biggest hits of the postseason. There's another senior and her old buddy from Scottsdale, Arizona, Emily Zaplatosh, looking on. She had the first 3-hit outing of the season off of Osterman in the win last night. And that's a fair ball. Mishandled by Sangwald, and Baney is on with 2 outs.
Baney jammed on a screwball by Canny. Sangwald shifting her feet over. When a ball has a funny hop like that, you've got to almost block it as a catcher. Your main goal is not to let the ball get by you. When you're playing third, you usually still have an opportunity to make the throw across the field.
Air charge to the sophomore. That'll bring up Zaplatosh. She put on a power display last night in the regular season meeting. Zaplatosh and Jodi Legaspi, who hits right behind her, both hit home runs off of Canny in the 3-2 loss, as Eileen only gave up 3 hits on the day. One misses high. A tremendous leader for this Bruin team. Zaplatosh in her 4th Women's College World Series. A couple of years ago, she also played with the soccer team and played in both the soccer and softball finals in the same academic year. And Baney is called out for leaving first base too soon. Cannot leave until the ball leaves the pitcher's hand. And John Kernat said that Kaitlin left early.
That was a good call there by
Kaitlin Baney making the last out for UCLA in the bottom of the first, called for leaving the bag too soon, Lisa.
When you're leading off, the rule is you have to wait until the pitcher releases the ball before you leave the bag. Kaitlin, a step too soon. Good call by first base umpire John Kernat.
So Zaplatosh will be back to lead off in the bottom half of the second. Here in the top, it's 4, 5, and 6 in the order to face Jelly Selden. Jamie Dotson will get things going. The senior out of Santa Ana, California, has not missed a game over the course of her career. It's up to 230 in a Northwestern uniform out of Foothill High School in Southern California. Dotson's numbers on the season. Had her first World Series hit against Tennessee. This is the first time in 20 years that Northwestern has advanced to the series after making 3 trips in a row back in the mid-'80s with Coach Sharon Drysdale. They were facing elimination in the Super Regional, rallied to win against UMass. They were staring defeat in the face on Thursday against Alabama when Erin Dyer saved the day with a 7th inning, 2-out, 2-strike home run. They have had a flair for the dramatic late in the season. Dotson launches that one to deep right, and it's out of here. The solo home run. Her 4th of the season gives the Cats the lead.
Selden working behind in the count. Tries to throw a drop in to Dotson. Ball is high and over the plate. Dotson does a great job of taking advantage of the Selden miss and hitting the home run.
That is now 9 postseason RBIs in 11 games for Dotson. The slow roller from O'Megan. Legaspi makes the play, 1 down. Just the 4th of the season, but a timely one for Jamie Dotson, giving the underdogs the lead here in the 2nd inning. That'll be Sheila McCorkle, the senior out of Costa Mesa, California.
And from the start, Angelica Selden not consistent with her location of her pitches, falling behind in the count, forcing her then to come over the plate. You've got to be able to hit your spots if you're going to survive. Once a hitter has a count in their favor, that allows them to become free swingers, because now they can look for a pitch in a zone, knowing that you have to come over the plate for a strike.
1-1 to McCorkle. Sheila has been a starter all year long. A member of the senior class, the first brought on campus by the Drohans. Of course, head coach Kate and her sister Carol, twins. They've been there for 5 years. And these seniors really took a leap of faith and bought into the vision that the coaching staff had as McCorkle strikes out. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, as they were building this program, Kate Drohan of Northwestern decided she really needed to be aggressive in the scheduling, and this year was no exception. She has played 5 of the 7 College World Series teams this year, including UCLA, a game that they won. She said it's been a huge help for them to have this level of competition because it's taken away the wow factor for them of this game. But it was still an important win when they beat UCLA.
Erin Dyer singles up the middle, and Holly, you make a great point, because Drohan knew that this was going to be an experienced team and that they could handle that kind of pressure that such a daunting schedule would bring.
Well, and that's a credit to Drohan and the confidence that she had in her ball club. Very easily, their morale could have been put to the test, and with losses they could have suffered, it could have been blowing, but they were able to bounce as a team, come away with some huge victories that have really prepared them to compete here at the College World Series, and they're showing it.
And often coaches will tell you it's good to have freshmen along for the ride that just don't know any better, like Erin Dyer, who comes up with another base hit. And now it's Ashley Crane as they go back to the senior class here.
Well, and a lot has to do with the players that the Drohans have recruited, and they recruit just not talented athletes, but ones that are also mentally tough, mentally know the game, and are willing to face adversity and know how to deal with it.
0-2 to Crane. Second strikeout for Selden. Jamie Dotson leading things off in the top of the 2nd, and she goes long distance. 1-0 Cats. From out beyond the right field fence here at Hall of Fame Stadium. Northwestern leading UCLA 1-0 as we move to the bottom of the 2nd. Lots of activity, of course, going on not only in the softball world, but baseball as well. And we understand the defending national champion Texas Longhorns eliminated today. They lost their regional to NC State. So in the last 24 hours, both the men and the women have been bounced from the tournament. Texas falling last night. Arizona State, Alabama, and Oregon State all eliminated yesterday. Emily Zaplatosh to Crane at 2nd, 1 down. And then earlier today here in Oklahoma, Tennessee staved off elimination by beating Arizona 1-0 on a Catherine Card, or Catherine Clutch as they call her, home run. So those two teams will be back to play tonight at 7 Eastern in an elimination game. Northwestern needs 1 win. UCLA would have to win twice today. Game 1 of the championship series is tomorrow night. Best of 3 for the title. Jodi Legaspi, the shortstop, out of Garden Grove and Pacifica High School in Southern California. Legaspi got a big boost in her career at a young age. Her dad John, her mom Nora. Set up, remember the old tether balls that you used to have in the parks? They had one at the Legaspi household, and that's where she started swinging. Dad bought her a pair of those old sliding pants, and they went to work in the living room to improve her base running skills. She draws the walk.
Great at bat for Jodi Legaspi, just trying to get the momentum back on the Bruins side, finding a way to get on base. It's important that you know your strike zone. Jodi doing a great job there, forcing Candy to pitch to her.
So a base runner with 1 out here in the second, and Lisa Dodd will step in, the junior from San Diego, California. To face Eileen Canny.
And as a pitcher, when you do have a lead, a 1-run lead, sometimes instead of throwing to win, you start throwing not to lose. You start being a little too careful, especially with the lineup that the Bruins have, 1 through 8, very capable of hitting the ball out of the park.
Dodd squares. 2-0. One of the things that Sue Enquist loves about Lisa Dodd is her competitive fire. She is the second pitcher on this team and yields begrudgingly to Jelly Selden late in the season. Enquist says she loves the fact that Lisa still wants to throw, still wants to pitch, and still wants to get even better at the plate. She has had a knack over the last few years for coming on late in the season. She had 15 wins and 22 starts this year. And one of the big reasons why Angelica Selden is a bit more rested coming into Oklahoma City. Both of these clubs have a couple of solid pitchers. Northwestern's got 2 20-game winners, Courtney Foster being the other.
Well, I think everybody learned from last year, the first time the new series had been implemented in terms of a 3-game championship. Best 2 out of 3, it's a long week. Many of the pitchers in the past, or teams in the past, had gone with 1 chukker for the tournament, but it was over a 5-day period, something that was very easy for them to handle. Now with the added games, rest is a premium, and if you can get it at any point during the regular season, these coaches are going with the 1-2 punch, trying to find rest for their aces.
If you're coming out of the loser's bracket here, you may have to throw 8 games in 7 days. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, one of the other benefits of having a pitcher who's out playing first base when she's not pitching for Lisa Dodd. Last night, several times when Jelly got in a jam, I saw Lisa Dodd, she would go out there, she would settle her down. Lisa, how much would it help to have someone else that's an experienced pitcher out there helping you?
Oh, I think it's a tremendous advantage because now you've got more brains on the field thinking about the same thing, especially when you have a corner person like Lisa Dodd who can communicate, this is what I see, this is what she's doing. Even in terms of situations, I'm gonna play deep. She can control the defense because she's thinking as you are.
3-1 to Dodd. Laced right through the legs of Canny, back up the middle. 2 on with 1 out for the Bruins.
And that is all set up about being a hitter's count. 3-1, Lisa Dodd had the luxury of knowing that Canny had to come close, wasn't going to be able to tuck just at the corners, had to get ball on plate. Canny throwing the screwball, misses over the middle. Lisa Dodd takes a good hack at it and hits it where it's pitched, right up the middle.
through the wickets of Canny. And now Whitney Holm, the designated player, will step in with a runner in scoring position, and the Bruins down 1 here in the second. A must-win situation for UCLA, or they are eliminated.
Whitney Holm, a great story for UCLA. Came in as a walk-on, wanted the opportunity to earn a position, earn the right to play, and now is here at the College World Series as a DH.
Holm fouls that one away. Andrea Duran trying to stay cool in that dugout. It is another hot day in Oklahoma City, and the Bruins fully expecting to play 2. Good lice bonnet for Andrea over there next to Jelly Selden.
And when you're playing in this heat, you may not feel it right away, but it does sneak up on you. So a lot of that is really precautionary. Not that they're overheated at the moment, but they're just making sure they keep their body temperature down so they use the least amount of energy possible, because they are expecting to be here for quite a while.
Holm does not chase, 2-2. Unlike baseball, too, you don't see a whole lot of hats and visors keeping the sun off their head. Just doesn't go well with the ponytail. Dodd over at first base. Counts full.
And both pitchers seem to be struggling off the bat here in this game, not able to take the momentum that both of them had in their prior starts. It's a struggle. Patience is going to be the key here for both teams offensively.
Northwestern, after their win on Friday night, had the day off yesterday, and perhaps a long time to think about the fact that, hey, we're only 1 win away from playing for the national championship for the first time ever.
And good job there by Whitney Holm. A pitch close, not something that she thought she could handle. You just want to put it in play, or more importantly, make contact, foul it off until you can get a good pitch to hit when you've got a count of 3-2. You've got to protect.
Holm does so again. As temperatures approach the 90-degree mark here on a sun-splashed day in Oklahoma City. The Bruins were out in similar conditions all day yesterday, playing twice. Holm, that one will be in play. Logan's got it in left. 2 down. And Sue Enquist will not wait to try and make something happen here. Before the bottom of the order can even come around, she will pinch hit here for the number 8 hitter, Ashley Herrera, and bring on Danielle Peterson, who we have seen a couple times already in the series.
A bit early in the game to be using your players off the bench, especially Peterson, who is their main pinch hitting role player. Respect for Canny, knowing that she may not have many opportunities to bring Peterson into the game, is going to take advantage of the first one.
Herrera can re-enter the game in left field. Peterson, the sophomore from San Jose, with Legaspi down at second and Dodd at first.
And it does help that UCLA has a bench that is deep. They can also bring in Dedmon, and they also have a player by the name of Jen Schroeder that they can bring into the game. So there is some options for Sue Enquist. That's why it is important that you can use all 18, 20 players that you carry on your bench. There's a role for everybody.
Enquist didn't think that Peterson was getting the signals straight, so she goes down to talk to the youngster.
And really right here, Sue Enquist could be telling Peterson, hey, we're going to take until you get one. Right now she sees Canny struggling. Let Peterson have a little bit of a look at a few pitches, giving her the green light to say, take until you get a strike, see a few pitches, Canny struggling a little bit, and then go ahead and go on with your at-bat.
Enquist winning a national championship herself as a player back in the late 70s. And was, in fact, the first Bruin to have her jersey retired. Her old number 6 can't be worn anymore. 2-0 as Canny continues to struggle to find the strike zone. Peterson fouls it off.
And that's playing your odds there. Peterson 2-0, figuring that Canny wants to try and put something over the middle plate, decides to take a hack at it. I would have liked her, seen her continue to take picks. Canny has not proven right now so far that she's able to get this ball across the plate.
And that's in for a called strike 2. Canny trying to wiggle out of some trouble here. 2 on with 2 out for the Bruins. The pinch hitter stays true. It was a couple of years ago at the series that the pinch hitter you mentioned a moment ago, Kristen Dedmon, had the championship-winning hit. So UCLA has used this weapon before.
Kristen Dedmon getting the base hit against Berkeley. Thornton was throwing with a base hit up the middle, scored the winning run. Who is Tara Henry, playing center field today. So there is a history of UCLA knowing how to use their lineup and the players they have in the dugout.
Peterson holds off the change. Full count with 2 outs.
And this is an advantage for the Bruin runners. They're going to be able to take off on the pitch, change up, high in the zone. That was the pitch right there that Canny wanted to get for the strike. She had set up Peterson for that pitch.
Peterson, another foul ball, whizzing past Enquist in the third base coaching box. Oh, 31 seasons at UCLA. The program's first All-American.
Northwestern playing their outfield deep. Base hit. Legaspi should score from second base. They're trying to prevent the double. They do not want to get the score out of reach. They're willing to give up 1 to prevent 2 from scoring.
Two on, 2 out, counts full, and the pinch hitter, Danielle Peterson. Draws the walk. Bases are loaded for the Bruins. Terrific at-bat by the pinch hitter. Herrera will re-enter to run for Danielle Peterson. 9-pitch at-bat, and she won the battle with Canny.
And really, that's impressive for a pinch hitter coming off the bench, especially early in the game where she hasn't been able to see how Canny's been throwing to other hitters. Just a great job by Peterson. That's the kind of quality at-bat you would like from all your players, but especially from a pinch hitter.
Second walk given up by Canny this inning, and it's Tara Henry. Not your prototypical 9 hitter. She's at .331 on the season with 13 runs batted in. Opposite way and foul down the left field line.
And once again, we talk about patience. I would have liked to have seen Tara Henry take a couple of pitches, take to a strike. Canny is continuing to struggle. When you have a pitcher on the ropes, you do not want to give them a break. That was a rise ball by Canny out of the strike zone. Allows her now to go up 0-1. And it's those little things that make a difference. Mentally for a pitcher, that's a break to Canny, because she's been struggling, falling behind. That's pressure.
Henry looks at strike 2. Bases full of Bruins with 2 outs here in the second. The 30th pitch this inning for Eileen Canny. Henry slaps it foul.
And Canny has not shown that she's been able to throw anything to the inside corner of a lefty, an outside corner to a righty. Her curveball has not been able to come in for a strike. If I were Tara Henry as a left-handed hitter, my toes would be on the white line, because it's very obvious that Canny is continuing to go with that screwball.
Legaspi is over at third base. Lisa Dodd at second. Ashley Herrera at first. Henry gets just enough of it.
And that was Canny trying to throw the curveball in on Tara Henry. Ball over the plate, not real comfortable with throwing that curveball at this point in time. Forced her to go to her second, third best pitch to try and get you out.
Henry, the chopper Williams at short, guns her down. Bases loaded and Northwestern works out of it. They keep the lead 1-0 through 2. Absolutely right, Pam. A lot of folks expecting to see Texas on a Sunday afternoon at the Women's College World Series. Beth Bowens, Lisa Fernandez, and Holly Rowe. But they were eliminated by these UCLA Bruins. Selden to Shannon Thomas, right back to Jelly for the final out. And bringing closure to the brilliant career of Kat Osterman at the University of Texas, a 2004 Olympian, the NCAA's all-time strikeout queen. And Texas comes up short in their effort, as Arizona, Tennessee, Northwestern, and UCLA are the final 4 standing. Tennessee a winner earlier today over Arizona, so they will meet again at 7 Eastern. If Northwestern wins this, they are into the final. If the Bruins win it, both teams will be back tonight at 9 Eastern to meet again in an elimination game. And Selden was brilliant against the Longhorns, holding them to 3 hits. Nobody reached second base in a Longhorn uniform behind 12 strikeouts.
And really, Angelica Selden matched Kat Osterman pitch for pitch, and it was just an impressive performance on both parts. It's painful when you're a Kat Osterman and you don't have another chance. It would be different if you were a pro baseball player or basketball player, where you could continue your career and play for 12, 13 years. But I think the most important thing about that is you choose when you want to retire. When you're a collegiate athlete, you only get those 4 years to try and get that big prize. And you know, it's difficult. You set your mind on it, and when you're as talented as Kat Osterman is, that's your expectation.
4-time All-American, 4-time Big 12 Pitcher of the Year, 3-time National Player of the Year. Will rejoin the national team this summer. The World Cup will be back here in Oklahoma City later this summer. And then the preparations will really start in earnest for the 2008 Olympics in Beijing. Selden up on the count, 1-2 to Sangwald here in the number 9 spot. That's laced fair down the line. Darcy thought about 2 and then wisely returned to first. The bottom of the Northwestern order has been terrific here in Oklahoma City. Sangwald hit a home run Friday night, and this is a rocket down the line.
Sangwald, great job getting it by the diving Duran. Really a great job by Herrera in left field, holding Sangwald to just a base hit, and that's key. You don't want to give up any extra bases in a game like this.
That'll bring the top of the order around now with a base runner on board and nobody out. Katie Logan popped up to first base in the first inning. Logan's batting average has jumped about 150 points this year, hitting .370 on the season. In a sacrifice situation right here. The Cats with the 1-0 lead on the Jamie Dotson solo home run to lead off the second inning. Trying to get to the championship series for the first time in school history. Facing off with the 10-time NCAA champions this afternoon. 0-2 to Logan. Unable to move the runner over, one down. ESPN2 continues its coverage of the NCAA Women's College World Series. Be sure to join us Monday night at 8 Eastern on ESPN2 for Game 1 of the Best of 3 Championship Series. And for a preview, visit NCAAsports.com, the official online home of all 88 NCAA championships. UCLA has won more team titles than any school in the country with 99 total team championships. Sue Enquist and her club could get number 100 this week. On the heels of the men's volleyball and the women's water polo titles this spring. Jelly will get the short out at first. A runner in scoring position for Northwestern with 2 down.
With first base open and Garland Cooper, the big hitter for Northwestern, it's going to be interesting to see how UCLA plays this. With first base open, they could choose to walk Cooper, throw a rounder. The one thing, though, that Northwestern has in their favor is they've got Dotson hitting behind Cooper, who has already put the ball over the fence in this game. There's going to be a conference on the field with pitching coach Kelly Inouye Perez talking over exactly how they want to attack this situation.
Boy, interesting how this works out, because usually you would say, let's be real careful with Cooper. But as you mentioned, Dotson's already hit the home run. And we've seen in this World Series what Cooper is capable of on Thursday night with 2 on board against All-American Stephanie Van Brakel. Cooper sends a shot out of the park. Garland is 3 for 7 so far in the tournament. And she had all 3 of those hits against Bama. And then Tennessee was very careful throwing to her on Friday night. There is Sangwald out at second base.
I would still think in this situation they're going to throw around Cooper and they're going to take their chances with Dotson.
The history once again is that Garland Cooper hit a home run off of Selden in a regular season matchup. And the UCLA coaching staff impressed with this youngster's swing. She's a 3-time batting champ, with Dotson looking on from the on-deck circle in the Big Ten Conference. And Cooper is the all-time RBI leader in Northwestern history. Cooper with 2 down here in the top of the third. That's in for a strike.
And Angelica is throwing the way she needs to attack Cooper, not giving her anything good to hit, throwing what we would call pitcher's pitches. If they're strikes and they're called strikes, they're strikes. If not and it's a ball, she'd be glad to let her have the base.
That one's out of the zone. Cooper with the good eye. Full count. The junior from Mission Viejo is used to this sort of behavior. She set a new Wildcat walks record this year. Does get a piece of it, lifted out to Herrera in left, who makes the play. A single, 1 left on, 1-0 Northwestern through 2.5. Northwestern, with a Jamie Dotson home run, have the lead, seeking their first ever national championship, taking on the 10-time NCAA titleists from Westwood. Jamie Dotson, the solo home run, the difference. Selden, 3 strikeouts for the Bruins, our Coke Zero game track. Eileen Canny threw over 30 pitches and worked out of a bases-loaded jam in the second inning. We'll see what kind of impact that has on her now as the top of the Bruin order comes around. And the Pac-10 Player of the Year, Andrea Duran, she's got a couple of home runs, one of them an inside the park job last night to set the tone against Texas. Both of her home runs yesterday were game winners. To Duran, whose focus was more on her mental approach to hitting than anything physical coming into her senior year. When you talk to the coaches and players from all the teams here, they're trying to simplify things as much as they can, clear their heads.
Well, she talked a lot about preparation, the repetition of knowing that she put into the time. That alone gives you confidence. When you know you've done the work, you tend to be more confident in what you're doing. A lot of hitting is reaction. Programming yourself, when you see the ball on the outer half of the plate, my body automatically gets into that position, my bat gets in a certain position in order to be successful.
Duran, high fly ball and foul into the stands. Senior from Selma, California. Best batting average on the team, most runs batted in. Tied with Legaspi for the home run lead coming into the postseason. You win all 3 of those categories on a team like UCLA, you are doing some things right. Waits on the off speed and drills it right at Katie Logan. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, Northwestern was off the field this last time. The coach, Kate Drohan, and her sister, Carol, and the pitching coach, Tori Nyberg, had a lengthy conversation with catcher Jamie Dotson. They were asking her about Eileen Canny, what she's got, what she's working well. I thought it was interesting they were talking to Jamie instead of Eileen, but in the meantime, they have sent Courtney Foster out to warm up to the bullpen, guys.
Thank you very much, Holly. Dotson, the senior, handles this pitching staff so well. She hasn't missed a game, hasn't missed a pitch from Canny or Foster all year.
The reason why you go to the catchers because they'll be very truthful. A lot of times pitchers will say, oh, it was a great pitch, when it really wasn't a great pitch.
You would never say such a thing.
Well, some pitchers are more accountable than others. I cannot speak for Eileen Canny, so I can't say exactly why they didn't ask her, but for the most part, a catcher will tell you how it is, or they should tell you how it is. It's very difficult, but that's a big responsibility for a catcher to be able to have the guts to say, you know what, she doesn't have it today. Or, you know, the umpire truly is squeezing her, or whatever it may be. She's just not comfortable. And it takes a lot of trust back and forth for that kind of communication, because it is a big move when you're going to pull your go-to out of a game.
It would seem the best catchers are the ones that are the most honest and don't sugarcoat it. Canny able to blow it by Krista Colburn. That is her first strikeout of the day, 2 down.
Everything is set up this inning by Canny being able to throw that curveball. She's then able to come back with her go-to, which is that screwball. But it's been this inning where she has now brought out the curve and has been able to throw it for strikes, which is forcing UCLA to keep themselves honest.
Kaitlin Baney reached on an error in the first inning and then was called out for leaving the bag too soon, trying to get a jump with Zaplatosh at the plate.
And actually the pitch that Canny is throwing on that outer half of the plate is her drop ball, and that was her bread and butter prior to this year. She was more known as a drop ball pitcher. It wasn't until this year with her pitching coach, who's on the Northwestern staff, Tori Nienberg, that they came together and said, what are we going to need to get you to the next level? And they implemented the rise.
Baney watches that one go by, 1-2.
And really, when you're able to work both sides of the plate, it just opens things up mentally as a hitter. They tend to start guessing. Is she going to go away? Is she going to go in? Instead of being able as a hitter to focus on one zone, all of a sudden now you have to open your zone up and you've got to protect both sides. It makes it that much harder for you to do your job as a hitter.
Well, whatever the coaches and catcher Jamie Dotson talked about between innings, Channing got the message loud and clear. She comes back strong, 3 complete, 1-zip Northwestern. 1-0 Northwestern with the lead over UCLA, finding themselves in the exact same situation that they were in 3 years ago when they had to beat Texas twice. And a young Kat Osterman on a Sunday afternoon and a Sunday evening. They had already won the first matchup, and then late in the evening, down 1-0, down to their last out. Jodi Natasha Watley drives in the tying run. And then Kaitlin Baney in her freshman season with Watley out at second base delivers the winner. The Bruins, coming out of the losers bracket, go to the finals. They end up winning the championship. And here's Holly Rowe with Sue Enquist.
Coach, you've been in this situation before where you've had to win 2 today. What strength does that give the softball team?
Well, we're a veteran squad, and that gives us a little peace of mind knowing that we can be patient. But I'd like to see us get our swings back into control a little bit. We're swinging a little bit too big, and if we do that, we're playing into her game. We're doing some good things, a hit and run, a good pinch hit at bat with Peterson, but we've got to kind of bring it back together and just put the bat on ball.
And just last quick question, how have you guys been at playing from behind?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
How have you guys been from playing from behind this year?
Pretty good, yeah. We've 4 of 5 in the month of April. We came from behind to win, so the kids know they can do it. We just got to be patient.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Thank you, Holly. Bruins trying to match the effort from 2003. It's only been done twice in the history of this World Series that a team lost their opening game and came all the way back to win the championship. And Jamie Dotson, the difference in the game so far, will lead things off. 4, 5, and 6 in the order to face Selden. She hit the solo home run off of Jelly to lead off the second inning. Northwestern 1 win away from moving on. UCLA will have to beat them twice here today. Tennessee has already taken the first step. They beat Arizona on a Catherine Card home run earlier today. And so Tennessee and Arizona will play an elimination game tonight at 7 Eastern. One of those two will move on to the finals. Baney charging at second, 1 down.
And really a tough matchup with Tennessee for U of A. U of A's key players are those lefty slappers and Caitlin Lowe and Autumn Champion. Tennessee has a checker in the circle by the name of Monica Abbott, who's also a lefty. Lefty matchup is tough.
Kristen O'Megan will lead things off. That matchup, similar to this one, there's a great old school, new school vibe to this day at the Women's College World Series. Northwestern and Tennessee have never won a title. They're looking to take down the big guns, UCLA and Arizona, who have combined to win 16 of the previous 24 championships. And that is not a good number right there for the Bruins. Losers of 15 of their 16 games this year when they've been down after 2 innings. They've been so good at scoring early and taking command of games. They'll have to come from behind here today, or they will be sent home. O'Megan has driven in a run in each of the first 2 games here at the series. with an RBI in the win over Alabama and again against Tennessee. She grounded to Legaspi at short her first time up.
And that's quite a surprising stat to see that a team of the quality of a UCLA has issues with coming back. Typically, if you get scored on first, that should usually light your fire and kind of put you into hype mode of being able to get it done. And you know, that's a place where they've faltered.
Full count to Megan. Selden ready to go to work. Chopper to Baney again. Takes it on the short hop, 2 down.
Great defensive play here by Baney on Megan. She comes in hard and takes the short hop. As a defensive player, whenever you can create the short hop, that's what you want to do. You want to come in aggressively. You never want to get caught in between hops. You either create the long hop or come get it and create the short hop.
Sheila McCorkle with her first hit of the Women's College World Series. A 2-out base runner for Northwestern.
And the bottom of the order has been huge for Northwestern. They continue to put pressure on teams. Angelica allows a rise ball to get up into the zone, over the plate. McCorkle's able to handle it.
6, 7, 8, and 9 in the order have 3 of the 4 hits off of Selden today. Right at Duran, who makes the catch, side retired. 1 hit, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th, Northwestern with the lead. And the Wildcats, it's certainly been their day so far, looking to keep that year going. They've got the lead, and here's Holly Rowe.
Coach, early on we saw you having a long conversation with your catcher. Is that something normal for you? What were you talking to her about?
Well, we were talking about the strike zone a little bit. You know, we're trying to work with it a little bit, and I think we've kind of settled in, and we look good. She's my point guard out there, so it's important for us to have those conversations.
You guys played UCLA, beat UCLA earlier this year. I know you used the same pen that you used for the lineups then. Why was that win so important?
Well, it was we had to come from behind, you know, and that was really key. So it was just a little boost for us in the middle of the season.
How's it helping you today?
Well, I think today's today, and we just need to play hard.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Holly. 9 trips to the NCAA tournament, 4 trips to the series, but this is the first time in 20 years that they've been back after winning the Big Ten regular season. And they were 5 outs away from elimination in the Super Regional before bouncing back to beat UMass. As Emily Zaplatosh pops it up and Ashley Crane runs it down, 1 away. One of those teams, though, that they've gotten good pitching here. They're playing solid defense. They've got just enough bats to be scary. And now Jodi Legaspi. Walked in the 2nd inning when the Bruins had the bases loaded. And Canny able to work out of the jam.
One of the keys is really, when you get to this arena, is not beating yourself, whether it's through physical mistakes or mental mistakes, playing the game straight up and just being sharp. It's a very simple game. You just got to play catch defensively, and then offensively you need to put the ball in play.
Legaspi. Williams can only knock it down. Jodi's on board. The Women's College World Series is back tonight at 7 Eastern. It's a must-win game for Arizona and Tennessee. Win or go home. The NCAA Women's College World Series is also available in high definition on ESPN2 HD. Call your local cable operator or satellite provider today. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Tennessee, a 1-0 winner over Arizona this afternoon. Catherine Card with a solo home run. Monica Abbott pitching the 2-hit shutout. Same two teams back at it tonight. Tennessee looking to advance to the finals for the first time ever. Dodd lays down the sacrifice. 2 down with Legaspi on second.
Sue Inquist playing textbook softball. Runner on first, less than 2 outs. Got to get that runner over into scoring position. Give your next hitter an opportunity to pick up an RBI.
Alyssa Eno is out there to pinch run for Legaspi at second base. Get some faster wheels out there now to try and tie up the game. Kate Drohan will bring her team together as Whitney Holum is due up. Whitney flew out in the second inning. She's 1 for 9 so far at the Women's College World Series in the number 7 spot in the order.
And here, Coach Drohan could be talking to her team, letting them know where Canny is going to throw Holum, but also to know that the batter who is on deck behind Holum is Herrera, who was pitch hit for earlier in the game. Basically, could be telling Canny, you go after her, you go after Holum. If you walk her, first base is open. We know we got Herrera in the on-deck circle. He's been pinched hit for before.
Sue Enquist done with her instructions to Holum. Tying run is in scoring position for the Bruins with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Holum right at McCorkle in center. 4 complete. Northwestern hanging on. Angelica Selden and the UCLA Bruins facing elimination, trying to keep things close with Eileen Canny. And the Northwestern Wildcats gunning for their first ever trip to the National Championship Series in Oklahoma City. Another spectacular sunny day here at Hall of Fame Stadium. The 1-0 lead. Canny, 2 hits with 2 strikeouts. Selden, a 4-hitter. The run was earned on the Dotson home run, and Jelly has struck out 3. Ashley Crane struck out in the second inning. This Northwestern club has captured a lot of hearts of the fans here in Oklahoma City. Really picked up on the vibe of this team. They've never been here before, but they have played loose. They have played fearless. The last time the program was here was 20 years ago. Crane strikes out for the second time, 1 down.
Angelica setting up this flip drop with the curveball. She had thrown the pitch prior. She's got to continue to work both zones and stay ahead. That's got to be her key.
Even the bottom of the order has been dangerous this week at the series. Erin Dyer in the 7 spot hit that huge home run against Alabama. Darcy Sangwald hit one in the 7th inning against Tennessee on Friday night. She's already got a base hit off of Selden. Ripped it down the third baseline past Durant.
Good job by Sangwald there, reading the defense. If the defense is going to give you something, take advantage of it. UCLA corners are playing back at the bag. Go ahead and give it a shot. You're up 1 run. Take a risk, see if you can drop one down and use your wheels to beat it out.
0-2 to Sangwald. right at Duran. This time Andrea's got it. 2 down. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, you'll notice on the back of the Northwestern batting helmets, there's several different little stickers, and one of a cow. I asked the team what this was all about, and they said each phase of the season has been represented by a different sticker. The cow came from a book that Coach Kate Drohan read about. When you see a purple cow, you stop because it's remarkable. She decided since they're purple, they want to be purple cows. She said there's a lot of softball teams out there, but they're striving to be remarkable. That's what the cow means on the back of the helmet.
And Holly, as you're well aware, down in there, that dugout, there's a whole lot of purple. I believe the other big superstition they have is it's only purple sports drinks down in the dugout. Legaspi's gonna have to hustle. Katie Logan beats it out. Base runner with 2 down.
Respecting the speed of Logan, Andrea Duran is pulled in. Legaspi does her best to cover that 5-6 hole on the running slap. Logan too quick, beats it out.
And here comes the dangerous Tammy Williams. Third team All-American in her freshman season. She's at the top of that youngsters list. She jumped to the top of Wildcats list coming through here in the clutch. She was headed for a junior college when the coaching staff spotted her and said, wait a second, Tammy, we got a spot for you in Chicago. She went up for a visit, liked what she saw. The rest of the team wasn't sure because the swing wasn't ideal, but after a few games, they were hooked. And Williams has gone on to have one of the best freshman campaigns in school history. Selden comes in with the strike, 3-1.
And right here, tough situation for Angelica Selden, going 3-1 on Williams. You have Garland Cooper in the on-deck circle. She has to go after Williams. She does not want to face Cooper with runners at second and first.
Williams to Legaspi. She'll try for first. In time. John Kernat punches her out at the bag. UCLA avoids the threat. Just barely. Today's game is available on ESPN HD. From the Women's College World Series, Donnie Porter Hall of Fame Stadium in Oklahoma City, Northwestern looking to eliminate the top seed UCLA. They are one victory away from playing for the school's first ever national championship. 8-9, and then the top of the order to face Eileen Canny here in the bottom of the 5th.
And that's the pitch right there that has turned things around for Canny. Since she's been able to work that outer half of the plate, it has kept the Bruins off her screwball, opening up both zones for her.
Canny walked the pinch hitter for Herrera, Danielle Peterson, in the second inning. So this is the first time Herrera is seeing her. Bruins all going to the helmets in the dugout here in the 5th.
They're all ready to go in there and run or get it done offensively. Looking for the team effort, I guess you'd say.
3-0 to Herrera. Canny comes in with a strike. She's given up just a couple of hits. Singles to Legaspi and Dodd. She's walked a couple, and Baney reached on an error in the first. The big threat coming in the second inning when the Bruins left the bases loaded. Good bunt from Herrera. Sidewall gets her. Nice play by the sophomore at third.
Ashley Herrera going with the sneaky bunt. Sangwall comes across, does a great job of making the play. Close play at first base. Went with the out.
One down, and now it's Tara Henry. Grounded out in the second inning to end the threat with 3 Bruins aboard. Lays down another bunt, gets by Sangwald, and Henry's on board. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, I'm here with Northwestern's super fan, Alana. Alana, why are you a super fan?
I don't know, my sister, Eileen Candy, she just told me I was a super fan because I paint my face and wear a purple wig.
Now, your sister is the pitcher out there today. What's it like sitting here watching her?
I don't know, it's kind of weird because like everyone's asking for an autograph and she's just like my sister, so I don't get why like anyone's like getting her autograph. It's kind of weird.
Well, it might be because she's pitching really well. What do you think of her performance?
I don't know, I think she's doing really good. I'm really proud of her.
So how long does it take you to get ready with your wig and your face paint?
Like 10 minutes, and it takes like 20 minutes to get it off.
All right, well, it's an in and out style. So Beth and Lisa, if you're looking for new fashion tips, Alana might have it for you.
Holly, I find it interesting that a youngster with purple hair and a painted face thinks that something else is weird, like having people ask her autograph or her sister for their autograph. After that last play over at first, Henry turned to the left and then had to rush back to the bag and may have jammed up her leg when she tried to sneak back in before the tag.
Well, when you run down the baseline, you're supposed to veer off to the right, which means then you would be able to come back to fair ground. If you go to the left and make an attempt like you're actually going to go to second base, the runner can tag you. Or excuse me, the defensive player can tag you. Once you make that attempt as if you're going to go to the next base, you are then fair game. You can be tagged by the defensive player.
So Henry on board, and it's the top of the order, and Andrea Duran pops that one foul and out of play. The top 3 in the lineup, actually the top 4 in the lineup, all hitless so far against Canny. To Duran. And that hit her. Northwestern arguing it was the bat. It looks like Sally Walker's going to bring Duran back, and that's why UCLA is now out there making the argument. Sue Enquist is really letting her have it. Duran, in the meantime, has left first base and gone back for her bat.
It appears that what Sue Enquist is talking with home plate umpire Sally Walker is saying that when Duran made the attempt to swing at the pitch came up and in and hit her in the forearm. If you do not make an attempt to get out of the way, they do have the right to make you stay in because many players have been diving into balls. Or they could be saying that it was a foul ball. In my opinion, she got hit in the forearm. She was trying to swing at a ball that she thought was coming over the plate. It ended up riding in at the last minute, and as a hitter, you don't have an option. It's very difficult to get out of the way when a ball is coming up and in and you're trying to turn on it.
The call will stand. Duran will come back to hit.
And that's a terrible call. Duran is hit on the forearm. She's making her turn, thinking that the ball is coming over the middle of the plate. As the ball curves into her, you can see her at the last minute making an attempt to try and get out of the way.
The umpire is still trying to clear things up. So instead of 2 on with 1 out, Duran will come back down in the count 0-2 with Tara Henry at first base instead of second. Duran fisted. Cooper has the catch, the throw over to first for the double play. And what a turning point right there for UCLA. Huge momentum shift. Northwestern gets out of the inning, and they've got the 1-0 lead with 2 innings to go. We move to the 6th inning with Northwestern leading UCLA 1-0. And Sue Enquist trying to state her case with the umpires in the bottom of the 5th. The Pontiac game-changing performance.
And here's Andrea Duran getting obviously hit by the ball. Home plate umpire Sally Walker has her come back to home plate, claiming she didn't get out of the way. Questionable call by Sue Enquist, putting the runner at first in motion. You have your Pac-10 Player of the Year up at the plate with 1 out. You have a speedster on first base in Tara Henry. I question her putting the runner in motion, trying to steal a hit and run. You want to give your Pac-10 player Andrea Duran an opportunity to swing her stick, potentially get a double, a base hit even, prolong the inning, allowing your 2-3 hitters to have a chance to come out.
So the call does not go the Bruins' way, and then the double play ends it for Northwestern. And UCLA will have to regroup in a hurry because this is 3, 4, and 5 in the order. And the 2-time Big Ten Player of the Year, Garland Cooper, leading things off here in the 6th. And the batteries are charged in the Northwestern dugout after that series of events. Selden has gotten Cooper to ground out in the 1st and then lined out to left field in the 3rd. Has been very careful about what she's thrown.
And really, that's a huge momentum lift for Northwestern to get out of that inning.
Let's check in right now with Holly Rowe.
Well, on that last controversial call, clearly Andrea Duran was hit. You can see the mark on her arm down here on the field, guys. But what I did is I went over and talked to Sue Enquist. She said the official said she did not make an attempt to get out of the way, and that's what they were calling.
Thank you very much, Holly.
And that's the interesting thing about that call. I've never seen a person who is intending on getting hit opening up to a ball that's coming at them. Typically, you would take it in the back of the arm, you would take it in the back of the shoulder, you would take it in the backside, you would turn into the ball. It's just a terrible call. I mean, it's just, I've never seen it.
Count now 2-1 to Garland Cooper. That one catches the outside corner, 2-2.
And really just a huge play in that game. Otherwise, they would have had runners at first and second with 1 out. You would have had Colburn, and more importantly, you would have had Kaitlin Baney, the senior, coming up in the inning.
Full count to Cooper. Launches that one to left, and it falls in front of Herrera, who got it on the short hop. Base hit for Garland Cooper to lead off the 6th. We've got 4 teams left at the Women's College World Series. Arizona and Tennessee will play an elimination game tonight at 7 Eastern. Also available on ESPN2 HD after the Lady Vols beat Arizona on a Catherine Card home run and a Monica Abbott 2-hitter earlier today. Northwestern needs a win to advance to the championship series. UCLA must win twice. If they win here, these two teams would be back at 9 o'clock Eastern for an elimination game.
No outs, runner at first base. You would typically be seeing a bunt placed down, especially with a one-run lead. You've got to get some cushion with as powerful as the Bruin offense is, but with the personnel that Northwestern has, Drohan is going to allow Dotson to swing.
Duran, terrific play. They get one, and they turn two. Andrea Duran with the glove at third.
Just a web gem kind of play. Andrea Duran, amazingly as a third base person, stopping the ball, getting to her feet, turning the double play with Kaitlin Baney. The thing that is so critical is all the throws were on the money. That is what allowed that play to be turned.
Megan, a hot shot to Legaspi. Baney thought about it. And Megan is on. Error charge to Legaspi. Now Northwestern gets the big double play in the bottom of the fifth, and now UCLA returning the favor here in the top of the sixth. And Schroffnagel will come on now. She's the pinch runner at first base for Megan, who can re-enter. Northwestern looking for some insurance.
And credit Northwestern, who's continuing to apply the pressure to the UCLA team from innings 1 to now. They are continuing to get runners on base, hitting the ball hard.
Selden struck out Sheila McCorkle in the first, and then Sheila singled to left in the fourth for her first hit of this Women's College World Series. McCorkle was telling us the other day that this softball team has drawn a lot of strength from watching the Northwestern women's lacrosse team, who in May won their second consecutive national championship. And they've spent some time with those players, been in the training room and around the practice fields together. And they said the biggest thing they picked up was the expectation to win. Not happy to be here, thinking you're going to bring home the trophy.
Don't try and reinvent the wheel. I mean, there is a reason why people are successful, that they continue to win. It's finding out why that is, and a lot of it is expectation. You can only achieve what you yourself set your mind out to achieve. You have got to raise the bar to a level that you never thought you could attain, and shoot for that, and you'll be amazing what you can do.
0-2 to McCorkle. Selden gets her swinging for the second time. Fifth strikeout for Jelly. UCLA's defense comes through. Duran to her left. Baney with the turn. We go to the bottom of the sixth.
There's a time for every dreamer. There's a dream for every child. And if we find ourselves together, we can stand beneath this Oklahoma sky and say, hey, this is our time.
The Northwestern Wildcats looking to make school history and move on to the National Championship Series for the first time ever. They've got the top seed, UCLA, on the ropes and on the brink of elimination. As we take a look at the Coke Zero game track, Jamie Dotson solo home run in the second inning, holding up despite the pitching of Angelica Selden. 5 strikeouts through 6 innings of work. It's been matched and then some by Eileen Canny. Coming off a one-hit performance against the top hitting team in the nation, Tennessee, on Friday night. She has allowed just 3 Bruin hits so far this afternoon. None to the heart of the Bruin order, and it's 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup right here with Krista Colburn starting things out. Popped up into shallow right, Crane drifting back, 1 down. UCLA in a must-win situation. to force an elimination game with Northwestern later tonight. If the Wildcats win here, they move on. Game 1 of the championship series will be tomorrow night. We know we've got at least one more today. At 7 Eastern, Tennessee forcing an if necessary game with Arizona. Kaitlin Baney, one of the senior leaders. Baney 2 of 12 so far in this Women's College World Series. She and the 3 other seniors looking to close out their careers with a 3rd national championship. 4 other Bruin classes have won a title. 3 at Arizona have won 3 titles. And the top 4 batters hitless so far against Canny.
And that is a tough pitch that Canny has been throwing into Baney. A low screwball that is just tailing right around that back leg. With the Bruins deep in the box, she's able to break it off that front corner.
Off speed to Baney, drops out of the zone.
And that's the choice you make with someone like Canny. Throwing so hard, you tend to want to be back in the box so you can be able to see the ball longer. But with the movement that she has, you got to get up in the box in order to minimize that.
Right at the UCLA dugout foul. Angelica Selden looking on. She's kept it close. Dotson's home run, the difference right now. The Bruins are always just 1 pitch away from tying it up. They've hit 13 home runs in the NCAA tournament. 67 on the year, better than 1 per game average.
And this is the challenge pitch right here. 3-2 count. Is Canny going to go right at Kaitlin Baney? Or is she still going to try and be wide and try and get her to chase?
And Baney punched out on the inside pitch. 2 down.
I question how wide Sally Walker has allowed this strike zone to get. That ball is off the plate.
3 strikeouts on the day for Eileen Canny and Emily Zaplatosh, who hit a towering home run last night off of Kat Osterman as the Bruins eliminated Texas. She holed up? Yes, she did.
But good job on Canny's part. She is going to continue to go where she's allowed. If Sally Walker is going to increase the zone, she's going to try and push it to the max. That's what you want to do as a pitcher. Canny doing her job with Dotson.
One and 2 to Zaplatosh. Just missed inside. Deep and foul. Out of play down the left field line from Zaplatosh. Canny trying to close it out here in the 6th, and does. The Cinderella from Chicago, 3 outs away from playing for the national championship for the first time ever. The 2006 NCAA Women's College World Series. Northwestern and UCLA in a must-win situation for the top-seeded Bruins. Beth Mowens, Lisa Fernandez, and Holly Rowe. We started out with 8 teams. We're down to 4. Tennessee beating Arizona this afternoon to force an if-necessary game tonight at 7 Eastern on ESPN2 HD. And Northwestern trying to close out the Bruins. New school taking it to old school right now, as Tennessee and Northwestern are seeking their first ever national championships. UCLA has 10 NCAA titles. Arizona's got 6. The West Coast has won 19 of the 24 national championships contested. And the Southeast and the Midwest trying to make a statement. Erin Dyer to lead things off in the top of the 7th. 7, 8, 9 in the order. Dyer singled in the 2nd. Lined out to Duran at 3rd base in the 4th. Other than the home run to Dotson in the 2nd inning, Jelly has really not run into much trouble. Has kept things close for UCLA to try and give them a chance. They'll have one last at bat to try and extend their season at least one more game.
And really credit Northwestern for coming in here with the game plan, making adjustments to it. Was canny to the offense of UCLA, and UCLA thus far hasn't been able to counteract it.
Dyer fouls it off her foot. Kate and Carol Drohan. Kate, the head coach, Carol, her assistant. Grew up playing together with a couple of brothers, their father John, mom Janet. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, this Northwestern team was competitive last year in the Big Ten. In fact, the very last time they faced Michigan, they narrowly lost 6-7. They said as they went on to watch Michigan's run to the national championship, the players and the coaches were watching with great interest. They said it motivated them so much because they knew how competitive they'd been with Michigan. They all said if Michigan could do it last year, so can we this year.
They're on their way right now, Holly, with the 1-0 lead over UCLA. They came here a bit of a mystery probably to the rest of the country. This their first trip in 20 years. So close, as Holly mentioned a year ago, a bitter defeat to their crosstown rivals DePaul. Knocked them out of the Super Regional. And figuring out a way to bust through this year, and boy, have they made the most of the opportunity. 0-2 to Ashley Crane.
And I think Coach Drohan knew she had something special in this Northwestern team when they were so upset that they lost in the regional to DePaul, that they wanted to get back there, and seeing their Big Ten rival in Michigan get it done, knowing how they had played against them and how close they were, they knew they were going to have a chance.
And a sneak peek of Jamie Dotson over in that dugout. Right now, game-winning home run over UCLA at the Women's College World Series has a nice ring to it for Northwestern fans. The Bruins will get one more shot at Eileen Canny in the bottom of the 7th. Crane pops it up, Duran runs out of room. One-two to Crane. Can't keep up with it. 2 down. 7th strikeout for Selden.
Selden working both sides of the plate, going with the drop away. That's been an effective pitch for her earlier in the game. Struggled with the height, got it up to Dotson. Now she's had the control to keep it on the corners and keep the pitch where it should be.
Darcy Sangwald. Eileen Canny. 3 more outs to try and take care of. This is a team that didn't even crack the top 10 rankings in the country. Grabbed the 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. All 8 seeds, by the way, held and advanced here to the Women's College World Series.
And not being ranked in the top 10, but pulling out a 4 seed was questioned by most people. But obviously they prove that this is where they deserve to be. They are a quality team in terms of having the total package. Not just the physical ability, but the mental ability and really the aura of that teamwork. It's the best team that wins championships, not just the best individual players. Sangwald takes a look at ball 2. Sangwald sends it to deep center. Off the glove of Tara Henry, and Sangwald is in at second base. Almost the exact same spot, about 10 feet deeper, on her home run ball on Friday night against Tennessee. And Henry, who had just 1 error all season, has 2 here in the series. This is a ball you expect Tara Henry to be able to catch. Concerned with the fence, communication lacking with the outfielders. If you're playing center field, Laura Berg will tell you better than anyone, an Olympic teammate of mine, you go through that fence if you need to catch that ball. Chance for Katie Logan now in the top of the order to pick up another one. Singled off of Selden the last time she came up. Darcy Sangwald out there at second. Number 9 hitter's been on base twice today for Northwestern. 0-2 to Logan. She strikes out, side retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for Lisa Dodd, Jodi Legaspi, and Whitney Holum due up.
When I think of UCLA softball, I think of national championships and tradition.
Tradition and rings. When I think of UCLA softball, I think of family and tradition.
When I think of UCLA softball, I think of pride and tradition.
The only thing the UCLA senior class knows is playing for the national championship with titles in their freshman and sophomore years. They lost in the championship series last year and now on the brink of not getting to the finals to play for a 3rd championship. The Bruins in their 22nd tournament, 17 of those years, they have been in the championship. And it will come down to 5, 6, and 7. And the juniors, Jodi Legaspi and Lisa Dodd and Whitney Holum, to keep the season going. Eileen Canny pitching the 3-hit shutout trying to get Northwestern into the championship series for the first time in school history.
And that's a great job by Canny, getting up 0-2 on Legaspi with the screwball and the rise, waste something away, a drop down and away, not necessarily a pitch she wanted to throw for a strike, wanted to change the eye level. Now she's gonna come get her.
Legaspi, and that one will drift into the screen.
And once again, when you're ahead, you have that luxury. You have that opportunity to set hitters up, to waste something away, and then be able to come back to your strength.
One-two to Legaspi. This is low, 2-2. At 67 miles an hour.
Now this right here is the payoff pitch. It's 2-2 count, doesn't want to go 3-2, doesn't want to risk walking Legaspi, putting the tying run on base. This is the pitch she's got to go after her with.
Legaspi launches one through Sangwald at third. Jodi gonna try for second, and she's in safely. And the tying run is at second base for the Bruins with nobody out. And the winning run will come to the plate.
Going to school is Jodi Legaspi, sitting on the screwball, off the glove of Sangwald. Jodi Legaspi, once she sees the ball go off the glove, rounding first on her way to second base. That is a huge opportunity there for UCLA, getting that runner in scoring positions with no outs.
Second hit of the day for Legaspi, and now Lisa Dodd, who singled in the second, laid down the sacrifice in the fourth. Represents the game-winning run, stepping to the plate here in the bottom of the seventh in a must-win situation for the Bruins to force a rematch later tonight. Dodd lays down the sacrifice again, and the tying run is 60 feet away.
When you're late in the game, you want to protect any double from happening. Your corners should be playing on the line. Any ball hit down the lines will result in a double, most likely for a runner coming out of the box. You got to play prevent defense. You do not want to give up that double. Corners should be hugging the line. Give up the ball in the 5-6 hole. Keep it to a single, but you do not want to open the door up for a double, as just what happened there with Northwestern.
Whitney Holm will step up for the Bruins as Kate Drohan goes out to talk to the team. Whitney flew out to center in the second, and then lined out to left in the fourth. So she has taken a couple balls to the outfield.
And that's all you want from Whitney Holm right now, is just look to put the ball on the green, deep enough where Jodi Legaspi can tag up and score. Plays into the hands here of UCLA because Canny, being a screwball, rise ball pitcher, gets the ball up in the zone. She hasn't shown that she can throw that drop ball for a strike. Holm has to look for something up in the zone that she can drive.
Bruins putting together the rally here in the bottom of the seventh. Holm, strike one.
And I like that by Holm, being patient, work a count. I'd like to see her get on the plate. Canny has only shown that she's throwing the screwball to the lefties, hasn't really challenged them inside yet.
Nice play by Dotson to grab that one, preventing it from getting by her and allowing Legaspi to come in. The Wildcats giving up a late lead is a rarity. 30-1 with a lead into the seventh, and that's being threatened right now. Holm and Enquist get together, and now Whitney is ready. 1-1 the count with 1 out. Tying run, Jodi Legaspi, third base. One-two pitch from Canny. Foul down the line. We've already seen Tennessee beat Arizona to force an if necessary game. The Bruins trying to rally here to force another if necessary game. Arizona and Tennessee scheduled for a 7 o'clock Eastern start. Holm, Sangwald checks the runner, throws to first, 2 down. Legaspi has to hold up. The Bruins on out from elimination, 60 feet from tying it up.
Canny going with the screwball away. Great play there by Sangwald, covering the 5-6 hole, checking the runner at third. And when she does that, she continues to shuffle her feet towards the base she wants to throw and really makes a great play.
Northwestern now on out away from advancing to the championship series for the first time ever. And Sue Enquist will go to the dugout and bring on a pinch hitter. Ashley Herrera, the left fielder, has been pinch hit for twice, so she will be out of the game. And Kristen Dedmon, the junior from Yorba Linda, California, who was clutch as a pinch hitter a couple of years ago here at the Women's College World Series, will try and tie it up. Edmond swinging away at the first pitch, 0-1. Dedmon as she laces that one into the crowd. And Northwestern is a strike away. Canny will step off. That'll allow the crowd to get going once again as Dedmon steps in. Just missed. 1-2.
Canny going with the screwball. A pitch that Northwestern wanted. Up in the count, 0-2. Dedmon has to protect.
Dedmon delivers and ties it up for UCLA. Kristen Dedmon.
Canny 0-2 count. Coming with the screwball again. And this game is all about one pitch. We've talked about it throughout the game. When you're ahead in the count 0-2, that is your opportunity to set something up. Canny going right at Dedmon. And it's tough when you are basically one strike away. And we've seen it throughout this College World Series. No team is out until that final pitch and that final out is called.
And now Northwestern has to regroup because the game winner is at first base with 2 outs. Selena Rubalcaba on the run for Dedmon.
Canny has thrown 100 and some odd pitches in this game, and it is just one mistake. And that's why it's so important when you're in that circle, you have to be mentally tough, pitch to pitch.
New life in the Bruin dugout. As the 10-time NCAA champs come up big. Now Tara Henry lays down the bunt, beats it out. And the game-winning run is in scoring position. And it's the top of the order, and the Pac-10 Player of the Year, Andrea Duran, stepping in.
Northwestern shocked. The corners are back. Tara Henry is a slapper bunter known for her speed, not for her power. Northwestern caught out of position.
Terrific speed from Henry.
The other thing on that play is Crane, when she is covering first base, if the play is going to be close, you have to turn into a first baseman. You cannot receive the ball squared up as if there's ample time to get the out. You have to turn into a first baseman, reach for that ball, and that might have made the difference there in whether Henry would have been safe or out. And this is where you want to be if you're UCLA, your go-to player up at the plate.
Duran, 0-1 the count. Top-seeded UCLA tying it up in the bottom of the 7th here at the Women's College World Series, with Northwestern a strike away from winning the game and sending the Bruins home. And now UCLA is trying to finish it off and force an if necessary game. The go-ahead, the winning run down at second base, Selena Rubalcaba, and the Pac-10 Player of the Year and the 2006 All-American third baseman, Andrea Duran, is at the plate.
Northwestern playing the defense fairly deep. The winning run is at second base. They should be in. They've got to make a play at the plate.
Dotson keeps it in front. 1-2, the count to Duran.
There is no, in this situation, there is no protecting for the double. They have all got to look to come in a do-or-die fashion on a base hit and come up throwing.
Rubalcaba at second. High and tight to Duran. Pinch hitter Kristen Dedmon delivering the RBI single to score Jodi Legaspi here in the bottom of the 7th. Due up at 7 Eastern. It's an if necessary game. Arizona and Tennessee for a spot in the finals. Duran pops it up. Tammy Williams gloves it. We are going extra at the Women's College World Series because of Kristen Dedmon. Finds the outfield grass to tie it up at 1. Extra innings at the Women's College World Series. Kristen Dedmon, an RBI single to tie it up for UCLA in the bottom of the 7th. And the Bruins fend off elimination. They were down to their last strike, and Dedmon delivered. And now Eileen Canny and Northwestern will try and regroup. They've got their best bats coming up to face Angelica Selden. The Bruins, 10-time national champions, looking for their 3rd title in the last 4 years. Northwestern has never played in the championship series, much less taken home the trophy. They are looking for their first. Let's go back to the second inning for Northwestern, and Jamie Dotson rips the solo shot to give Northwestern the lead. It would hold to the bottom of the seventh, and then the pinch hitter, Kristen Dedmon, scores Jodi Legaspi to tie it up for UCLA. The Bruins must win this game to force another one. Northwestern just needs one victory to move on to the championship series. Canny and Selden through 7 innings of work. The numbers on those two, both over 100 pitches. Selden threw 2 games yesterday. Canny had the day off. And other than the home run from Dotson, Northwestern has had just 2 base runners get to second base. Williams and then Cooper and Dotson. Tammy looking for her first hit, 3 ground outs forced by Selden. One and one. A roller from Jelly, 2-1 to count. Williams, clutch in their win on Thursday against Alabama. She delivered the game-winning hit in extra innings. This is the second extra session for the Wildcats. And Williams goes opposite with it. Back and goal! And Northwestern comes right back to take the lead. What moxie displayed by the rookie from Roscoe, Missouri.
What a freshman Tammy Williams is. Takes a backdoor curveball from Selden that comes over the plate and drives it opposite field.
15th home run of the year. Her first was off of Tennessee's Monica Abbott. First-team All-American, and now she takes Selden, another first-team All-American, deep here at the College World Series. And here comes Garland Cooper.
And it doesn't get any easier for Selden with Cooper and Dotson both coming up next.
th on the season for Tammy Williams. And a smart move here by the UCLA coaching staff. They want to make sure that everybody is back together and regroup to face Cooper here, the dangerous 3-hitter, the Big Ten batting champion 3 years running. She hit a home run off of Selden in their regular season meeting. Waiting behind her is Jamie Dotson, who hit the home run earlier today. If you like softball, this is a place to be. We know we've got at least one more game at 7 Eastern with UCLA and Arizona and Tennessee. We might have 2 more tonight if UCLA can win here, but Northwestern's got them back on the ropes. The Lady Vols, they were here earlier. They beat Arizona 1-0 on a Catherine Card home run. And Cooper goes deep. And that's gone. Back-to-back jacks for the Cats.
Angelica Selvin gets in trouble. The ball gets high. A flip drop over the plate, up in the zone. Garland Cooper, the hitter that she is, you can't make those kind of mistakes. Makes the Bruins pay.
Third home run of the day for Northwestern. They're up 3-1 on the top seed. Here's the other home run hitter, Jamie Dotson, who got one in the second inning. Incredible turnaround after Northwestern let it slip away in the bottom of the 7th. And then their first two hitters right out of the dugout, Tammy Williams and Garland Cooper, go deep. Right back to Selden. One down. Garland Cooper sends that one to the gap. Tara Henry giving chase, just ran out of room. Williams, who just finished her home run trot, out to greet Cooper, finishing hers.
And we'll continue to talk about these Northwestern athletes, just how mentally tough they are. They have the game in their hands, 0-2, 2 outs. It gets pulled right from underneath them, and they are able to bounce back right away with Williams and Cooper, just their leaders.
Kristen and Megan. Legaspi at short. 2 outs. For the Bruins, due up in the bottom of the 8th would be their 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Their seniors would have an opportunity. Kaitlin Baney and Emily Zaplatosh. Sheila McCorkle. Singled in the 4th, struck out her other 2 trips. One and 2 now to Sheila. The drama of a Sunday afternoon at the 2006 Women's College World Series in Oklahoma City. McCorkle. And a terrific play by Colburn to make the catch out and right. But for the second time in the last half hour, UCLA is facing elimination. Back-to-back home runs for Northwestern, and they're up 3-1.
This is the Wildcats here because we have a great team dynamic. This is the Wildcats here because we have more chemistry than any team I've ever played on.
This is the Wildcats year because it's the first time we've been here in 20 years, and it's been our goal.
Three home runs on the day. 2 of them here in the top of the 8th for the 3-1 lead. And now UCLA has to tie it up or they are done. The first trip back to the series in 20 years for the Wildcats. They have never played for the national championship. If they can close it out, they will be a part of the festivities. Game 1 of the best-of-3 championship series tomorrow night. Krista Colburn in the 2 spot And then the two seniors, Kaitlin Baney and Emily Zaplatosh, due up. Krista's 0 for 3 today. Fouls it back 0-2. Eileen Canny, the Big Ten Pitcher of the Year. She set a new NCAA record this year with a 28 strikeout performance through 18 innings in a regular season matchup against the University of Minnesota. This would top either of those moments, helping to get her team into the final. One down.
And not a good at-bat there by Krista Colburn. When your team is down by 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, you have got to make that pitcher work. Coming out swinging right away, didn't really force Canny to get a ball over the plate. You got to work the count. Your main goal is to find a way to get on, get the tying run to the plate.
Kaitlin Baney, Sangwald's got it. 2 down. And for the second time today, UCLA is down to its last out, and it's their leader, their senior catcher, Emily Zaplatosh.
Number 24, Emily Zaplatosh.
The top 4 in the order still looking for their first hit. We watched Kat Osterman's career at Texas come to a close last night. Could this be the end of the road for one of the great senior classes at UCLA? Zaplatosh, Baney, Duran, and Eno. Winners of 2 national championships fighting to keep their hopes alive for a third. Down to their last strike. It's over. For the first time ever, Northwestern will play for the national championship as they knock out the top-seeded UCLA Bruins. Back-to-back home runs in the 8th inning from Tammy Williams and Garland Cooper, and the Wildcats will play for their first national championship starting tomorrow night in Game 1 of the best-of-3 series. And UCLA eliminated on Sunday afternoon.
Canny going with the rise ball there to end the game off of Zaplatosh, ahead in the count. Just a great job by Canny to be able to stay in the game mentally after giving up the base hit to Dedmon. And just credit to the Northwestern team. They showed and they continue to prove why they're playing for that championship.
The Drohan sisters and Tori Nyberg, the coaches for Northwestern, have their team moving on to the finals to play either Arizona or Tennessee. Let's go down to Holly Rose. Got Coach Drohan and Tammy Williams.
Well, Coach, what were you thinking when UCLA tied it up?
Well, our team really needed to step up. We needed to show how much fight we have, and I mean, we couldn't have answered any better way.
Then your freshman comes to the plate. What happened next?
Well, we all saw it, and then we all started smiling, so it was good stuff.
Tell us a little bit, Tammy. You have been so big in this tournament. Why have you not felt the nerves of this stage yet?
I don't know. I think we had played a really tough schedule this year, and so we faced most of these players before, as I said a couple days ago. So That's a lot of it. I mean, that gave me a lot of confidence coming in.
What were you thinking when you stepped up to the plate?
I was thinking base hit. Just get a runner on, like Garland, come up.
What'd you think after you hit it out?
I don't know. I was so excited. Everything was going through my head. I don't even know.
Coach, last year you were watching Michigan win this on TV. It gave you hope. How is it to be there now?
Well, it's very exciting. And it's just, I'm so proud of the way our team is playing in the moment, and they're just showing a lot of poise.
All right, we'll see you in the championship. Ladies?
Thank you, Holly. Northwestern, for the first time in the program's history, will play in the championship series as they stayed perfect so far in this World Series. A 3-1 winner in extra innings against UCLA. We have an if-necessary elimination game coming up at 7 Eastern, Arizona and Tennessee for the right to face Northwestern for the title. Coming up next, we'll send you to Sports Center with John Buchagras and Dave Revson. The final out recorded. Eileen Canny striking out Emily Zaplatosh. And Northwestern gets the win. Tonight at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, available on ESPN2 HD. It's Tennessee and Arizona for a spot in the final. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Lisa Fernandez and